Hey Slightly Unblended, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. Today is a very spooky day. It is one of my favorite days of the year. So I did this look, and if you'd like to see how I got it, then just keep on watching. Happy Halloween, and because of the person that I am, it is actually Halloween and I'm doing my voiceover for this. So I took the Carnival for the Antidote palette by Stacey Marie and Be Perfect Cosmetics and went into Chestnut and Lotta Latte with my DeVault Beauty Lounge brush just to kind of get a more neutral eye started because I didn't want to take away from the more dramatic part of the ghost face. I primed my lid with the Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas in Fair, and I'm taking this brush and kind of blending it outward with the lightest amount of pressure and just making sure that it's nice and blended. Now I'm taking Dove from the same palette and just blending it all out to make it look a little bit more seamless. Neutral looks are definitely out of my comfort zone because I feel like I do not blend them as well as I do colors. So I guess this whole look would be considered out of my comfort zone. So now I'm going to take the micellar water on a Q-tip and just clean the lid, get ready to carve out the crease, and apply Oyster, which is the shimmer. I'll get there in just a second. But I'm going to take the Clean Canvas and Fair again just to get it nice and ready for that stunning shimmer shade. Before I add Oyster, I'm going to take a little bit more of Chestnut and apply it to the edges of the base just to make it more seamless, and then go in with Oyster. That is such a gorgeous shimmer. I haven't really messed with the shimmers in this palette yet, aside from like the darker ones, but oh my gosh. Okay, now what I'm doing is I'm brushing my brow hairs up with some Got2b Glue gel. A lot of people I know use like the stick glue, the Elmer stick glue. I just didn't have any, so I used my brow gel, or not brow gel, but my glue gel, Got2b Glue gel, to try to get my brows to stay down. It's just kind of like my thing. I don't know. So now that it's dried down, I take some micellar water on a Q-tip, try to get the extra off so there's not a lot of buildup. Now I'm taking my Yensa Essential Glow Toner and primer. Oh my gosh, what are words today? What else is new when I voice over? But I'm just taking my primer and getting it all over my face because I'm going to go ahead and start to do a little bit of face work with some of the Fantasy Maker pots from Wet n Wild. I'm starting out with the white paint pot with an angled brush and just try to map out the shape. So I really struggle with drawing. Like my stick people, they don't even really look like stick people when I draw. So that is the level of drawing that I'm at. I suck at it, but I still try to have fun and do different things when I have the time to do them. And so that's just kind of what I was doing here, trying to map out the shape, trying to kind of look at the picture to make sure that I had the shape right and everything. But I just took it and just angled it, tracing it out with that because I am going to apply a white eyeshadow over it later. But right now this was just the starting point, just trying to map everything out, kind of like a stencil to get it all ready. So just take it down all the way to my chin. And I do apologize for my mirror being in the way. I had a feeling that that was like that, but I was trying really hard to see what I was doing, and I was having a hard time trying to angle the mirror where it wasn't getting in the way and trying to see what exactly I was doing. But I am really just taking this all the way down to my chin. That way I can just put the black paint pot over it and make sure that I get it filled in to cover the white. It was just easier for me that way. And if there were spots that I was kind of messing up on, I would take my finger and use it as an eraser because I didn't know what I was doing and thought it'd be a good idea. So that was kind of what I did for that. Now I'm just kind of starting to fill it in. But I'm going to leave parts of my eye just empty, blank. And then parts of around my nose and my chin and my lip with nothing on it, and then I'm going to fill that in with the black one. So right now I'm just taking that same angled brush and just going ahead and filling it in, and then kind of leaving the shape of my eye and my lips and around my chin just kind of leaving them alone because I am going to fill them in with the black, and that's going to really bring the shape to life. With another angled brush, I'm going to take the Fantasy Maker in black from Wet n Wild and just start to trace out the shape that I want the eye. So if I get a little wild with this, I'll take a little bit more of that white and just kind of try to cancel it out that way. But I was still trying to be as precise as possible because I was not sure how to make this work. I don't know. I was just having fun with it, but Yeah, so now I'm just filling in my eye and getting it nice and built up, trying to get the shape. That was what was really tricky for me, was to try to get the shape, because the eye of the ghost face on the mask, like the eyes are kind of oblong-ish. I don't know exactly what I would call that shape, but it's not just totally round. So I was like, all right, let's go from here, make it look like a 6 or an awkward 8 or something like that, and just try my best. So I did that. And I did that around the eye, and I'm going to cover in my nostril. And what I should have done here, and I regret not doing, is I should have just stuck some on a Q-tip and, like, up on my nose to, like, fill in where my nostril wasn't showing as much. But I did not know if that would be a good idea. And I'm also trying to trace out my lips. So right here, I'm just only going to do, like, the shape that I want. But on my lips, I'm going to take the Fresh Paint Beauty lipstick in Bulletproof. That was a mouthful, oh my gosh. And I'm just going to take that and drastically overline my lips with it, because it stays in place. It does not budge. It is an amazing black lipstick. So that's what I'm going to use to keep my mouth in place, because I do drink a lot of water, and I did not want to have, like, the Wet n Wild paint all over my water bottle. So now I'm just going in and touching things up right now. This looks like I'm just trying to get the shape of the eye more precise. Now I'm taking some White Hot from the Surge palette on a fluffy brush and just patting it down on the white to make sure that I'm trying to get it to stay in place, and I'm really going in on my brow to try to make sure that it's covered well. And it stayed covered well until I decided that it was going to take forever to print out the knife piece to put above my head, and then it started to show through because I didn't exactly know what I was doing, but it stayed covered pretty well for the most part up until that point. And now I'm going to take some of Nevermore from the Blends palette and just pack it down. No, that was Vinyl from the Surge palette. Who am I even? Why? But I'm just taking that on a fluffy brush and just applying it all over the black spots on my eye. I think I do put it on my chin, but that might be after I apply the lipstick. But I just pack it down, make sure that I'm not getting any creasing, which I did get a little bit of creasing, and I just went back in and touched it up. So just really making sure that that is a super vibrant black eye. I don't know, like, I just thought of black-eyed peas, and it made me really hungry. But I'm also applying it to my nose as well. Now for the shading, I took a little bit of Intuition from the Blends palette just to try to make it look like there was a shadow there. A little bit of shading. I'm not, like, super good at this, but I felt like it was a decent job in doing what I needed it to do. So now I'm applying the Bulletproof lipstick to my lips, and this is where it's gonna get, like, super wild, because I just kind of just put it everywhere. I was like, alright, this is not gonna budge. I'm gonna be able to have a snack, I'm gonna be able to drink my water, and I'm gonna have my mouth stay in place. So that's just what I did, and then I took a little bit more of Vinyl and just applied it onto the chin, and then I took a little bit more of the white shade from the Surge palette, cleaned up around where I got a little bit messy with the gray and the black, just to try to, like, use it as an eraser. I don't know, I kind of blended it together, and I felt like it worked pretty well. Clean up time! So I'm taking some micellar water on a Q-tip and on a cotton round just to make sure that I've got it sharp, clean, precise, and now this is about how it looks. Gotta go get extra ready, get my face on, and here it is. So I felt like this was a little awkward and a little cringe because this was a longer, like, me just being here showing the look kind of thing, and I thought I would talk, but I'm just gonna hand it off to in-person me now. So this is the finished look. I am so sorry for the voiceover. I struggled, and now my brows are, like, coming through, like you can actually see them where you couldn't earlier. I'm gonna take the Surge palette and fix that real quick because I spent the bulk of the day doing this, and I'm just like, I want to be able to get some good pictures. But yeah, I know that I haven't really been, like, super duper creative with Halloween stuff, and I'm sorry about that. I really wish that I was good at like FX looks or SFX looks and stuff like that, but I'm really just not very good at it. I need to practice. I'm sure that if I practice, I will eventually get a little better at it. So I wanted to just do this. My friend Slay with Desiree did a look just about identical to this. Like, I looked at hers, I loved hers, And she, like, really did the thing, though. Like, she did rhinestones all over. And when I say I was obsessed, I feel like that's an understatement. Like, her look was phenomenal. So, like, shout out to her for giving me the idea to do the half one, because I was really trying to think about doing, like, the whole one. And then, like, I watched her TikTok and there she was in all her glory, and then, like, she posted it on Instagram and I was obsessed. So Slay with Desiree on Instagram, you definitely gotta go check that look out, because the patience you gotta have for the gemstones. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to be here. If you'd like to keep up my awkward face and shenanigans while I'm not here on YouTube, I'll have all my social medias linked down below. And if you want to keep up with me while I am here on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button. It means so much to me and I appreciate you so much. And I hope that you have a wonderful Halloween. I hope it is the best, spookiest, funnest of days, that you have the most amount of fun, whether you're staying and watching all the classic movies or handing out candy to trick-or-treaters or going out and having fun, whatever. Have a safe and happy Halloween. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that I'll see you in the next one. Bye!